Good morning. This is 3 things that I really enjoy doing when I have downtime from the dump trailer hustle. And the first thing is I really enjoy going to church. It's Sunday morning. We're going to get cranked up. It's a nice day. I think we're going to ride the motorcycle, and then we got to go do a roof estimate and get that wrapped up and come home. Then I got to hook to the trailer, go put a latch on a gate for a friend of mine, and then I got to go buy a house and crawl underneath it, take a look at it, because I'm thinking about purchasing it. So we're going to take a look at what it is I like to do when I'm not working, supposedly. Well, we might get some rain, but that's the price you pay. Eventually I'm going to convert this into a efficiency apartment for when my mom comes and stays. She doesn't want a room inside the house. She says, oh, you might have somebody over and I might be cramping your style. Here's a girl right here. I'm going to get her cranked up and move on down the road. We got these really cool new shirts in. Check that out right there. And then dump trailer hustle. This is my church right here, 7895 Pensacola Boulevard. It's called My Father's Vineyard. We are a church of restoration. We are the church that wants everybody that nobody else wants. And that is the best way to get to church is on a motorcycle first thing in the morning. And there's other people that had the same idea as I do, because that's what they like doing in their downtime also. But none of them own a dump trailer, I know that for sure.
Stephen, are you his wife? I can't tell how old you are because of the mask. I'm sorry. Daughter? Family? Family. Girlfriend, amen. Way to lead, brother. Come on in. There you go. All right, sit down easy, move slow. Move forward. Just amen. So today it's your desire to make a public profession of your faith and be baptized, full righteousness the way Jesus told us to. It's my honor to baptize you, my brother, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Or it reflects off our French doors. I mean, I always had a...
So that's my number one fun thing that I enjoy doing when I'm not hustling dump trailers is going to church, but more importantly, leading people to Christ. See, I have not always had a great attitude nor a life worth living, and all of it was because of things that I was doing. I am a recovering drug addict. I got an anniversary coming up, and you know, it's been a long time since I thought about killing myself. And I used to cuss God because I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be so mad that he let me live. And I just hated myself, and I hated everybody else. I mean, I was not a happy person, and I was not like I said, I just didn't have a life worth living. And because of finding hope in Christ and starting to take responsibility for all of my actions and just realizing that, you know what, I'm in control here, and, you know, I need to take responsibility and start making some things happen, you know. And we're all going to have bad days. Always bad things are going to happen. You know, but it doesn't mean that I can blame anybody else for them. And a lot of them, sometimes you don't play a part. That's all there is to it. Bad stuff happens, okay? But how I react to it is totally my choice. I'm not responsible for the situation, but I am for the outcome. And the thing is that when I change my perspective, then my situation changes as well. And, it took me a long time to figure that out, because I thought the world owed me. I was due something, and, everybody else was entitled. I just thought that, I was one lottery ticket away from a better life. I was one girlfriend away from a better life. I was one, a good paying job away from a different life and everything. And, it just wasn't true. I was one decision away from a better life, and I finally made that decision, and today we had 10 baptisms scheduled. We ended up doing 15, and then we had 5 people that turned their life over. And that's what brings me the most joy, because everything that I have, everything that I do, all the stuff that people say, man, I wish I could be doing that and everything, I owe that all to Christ, because that's where I get my strength from. And, for me, it's a wonderful thing. And, it's better than hustling. And when I can hustle somebody to the Lord, then I've really done something, because that will be eternal. That will be everlasting. The other thing that I really enjoy doing is I enjoy reading, and I do a lot of it. Last year I read 48 books, and I don't do any type of Kindle or anything of that nature. I actually have paper copies, and I read them front to back. And I don't have one handy that I just finished reading. Well, I finished reading this one a couple days ago, but it only took me about 2 hours to read, and that was a pretty good book. Had some good information in it and everything like that. But I try to read something every week having to do with construction, and I always read something every day having to do with self-improvement, whether it be financial, personal, or whatever. And I read my Bible, and then I have a daily devotional book that I read on a daily basis as well. And so, they say that a poor person mindset has a large TV. A rich person mindset has a library. I don't make the rules, folks, but I do have to play by them. I don't have a TV. And I would really like to watch TV. I really like watching Yellowstone. That was a good program, and I look forward to seeing it start up again. So maybe when it comes, I'll go and invest in a TV. That right there is my end table. You can see about 10 books there. And that's normally what I have going on at any particular time. And, I kind of read out of those. And if it's a book that I'm not really getting anything out of and I don't enjoy reading it, then I stop, because there's no sense in doing something that I don't enjoy. And I give you an example is that my father, the first thing that him and my mother bought on credit when they got married was a set of Encyclopedia Britannica. My father read those front to back, A through Z, okay? And he was just such a sponge for knowledge like that. And I tried. I really did. I made it about 20% through A, and it just wasn't doing anything for me. And it's like, it's cool to be able to say your dad did it, and that would be an accomplishment for me. But there's no sense in trying to accomplish something that I don't enjoy. So I was like, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to do this. And, so if it's something I enjoy doing, I really enjoy reading. That's right there, actually front to back. We got some books right there. I got some good books right there as well. I got a picture of Tyson in there. Some motorcycles, the flag that was on my father's casket. And then we got some more books right here. And then we got more books here. And we got books stacked up in the back right there. And I imagine there's about 3 or 4 of them somewhere around here that I don't have accounted for as well. So that's probably the second thing that I enjoy doing the most, that you're going to find me doing more often than not, is reading books. And, whatever it is, You know, I always try to absorb as much knowledge as possible about it. And however, there are some things that you just can't beat getting out there and doing it. And like rental property is one of them. You can read all the books you want to, talk to all the people and everything. And I've met people that are like, you know, I'm analyzing a deal. Then they're analyzing a deal. And then 6 years later, they're still analyzing deals and they ain't pulled the trigger on nothing. So, you know, reading is good. However, you're going to have to pull the trigger one day and figure this thing out. So there you have it. That's one of my other most favorite pastimes when I'm not doing the dump trailer hustle is reading. It's just very soothing and relaxing. Yesterday, I did not leave the house till 4 p.m. I read a nice big thick book, The Psychology of Money, and learned some from it. It was a good read and whatnot. A lot of stuff you hear over and over and everything, but I need to be reminded about it. Especially the part about having to do with consistency and discipline, because those are so very crucial, those two things having to do with success. There's that beauty. That's the turd right there that started this whole thing. 2015, big techs. God knows how much money it's made me and how many miles been put on it and how many tons have gone through it. But it sure has been a great workhorse for me, no doubt. So I'd really have to say that the third thing that I really enjoy doing is I enjoy hustling. I enjoy figuring out ways to make money, and so I'm able to enjoy more freedom. It's like, you know, later on I'm going to be headed out to climb underneath the house to check it out and go ahead with the purchase on it. You know, the more that we have coming in, the better off we are in some regards. And the whole thing about it is that 9 times out of 10, it's not that we've got a money problem, it's that we're spending money on things that don't make us money. And that's where the problem lies. Well, that was actually a lie. Probably the third best thing that I enjoy doing has to be helping people. You know, one of the things that I learned in recovery is that you can't keep what you have unless you give it away. And Zig Ziglar says the way to get everything you want is to help everybody else get as much of what they want. And on this road, I've met some pretty fantastic people. And I've learned a few lessons. And one of those was having to do with getting something from others, whether it be knowledge, time, or a skill, or whatever, or a product. I need to add value to their life as well. And I say all of this because a lot of people ask me, say, man, why do you charge to mentor people? And what my experience has been is that when you don't charge for your service, there's no value that is being placed on it. And therefore, I found myself every time ending up putting more into preparedness and trying to help them than they were doing themselves. And so I found that it became a lot more effective for them if they were to have to, for lack of better words, put some skin in the game. And I've traded my time for somebody doing work for me, and that's worked out. Most of the time, though, it's remote. You know, somebody is that I'm coaching lives in a different state, and so we really don't have that option, and therefore it's, you know, a dollar value. And a lot of times people are like, well, man, you ought to just share that information for free and everything. And I don't have a problem doing that. Where it becomes an issue is that the information that some people want, I'm not at that point as far as putting it out there. The other thing is that a lot of times, you know, I'd take phone calls from people and I would always tell them, say, look, have all your questions and let's just stick to the questions for me. Because most of the time when we would talk, it would be late in the evening when they were off of work. And 99 out of 100 times, they wouldn't have those questions and they wanted to get into a jaw-jacking rap session, whatever you want to say. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not afforded the luxury to be able to do that with every encounter. And once I figured out that, hey, if you start charging for those phone calls, then they really weren't that important for them to get that information. Why is that? Because then there was a value that was placed on it and they were going to have to give up something. However, somebody certainly didn't mind me taking 30 to 45 minutes out of my day to share something with them, to save them, make them some money that I have done either through a failure, loss, or taking time to go to a course myself. And it's just very peculiar how that works like that. However, I do love helping people. And those of you that have sent me pictures of your dump trailers, and here's a dump trailer sticker that we have on the Hustle Nation store. There's nothing more gratifying to me than when somebody sends me an email saying, hey, I went and bought a dump trailer. I am making money and you helped me do that. I got over my fear. You said do this, or this is what has worked for you. And so now I am a business. And a perfect example of that is that John was going through the gate, going out. I was coming in at the Santa Rosa landfill scale. He was looking at me as I went through, and I was looking at him as I went through. And he had a brand new dump trailer behind him. So I was thinking maybe it's a dump trailer thing, you know, and it was. So I go drop my load, look down, my phone's got a missed call. I call it. John had talked to me about 3 weeks prior, and he said, hey, you know, I'm going to go and buy a dump trailer. And, you know, I just wanted to say thank you for your videos, for this, for that, and everything like that. I don't really remember any questions or anything like that, and he really wasn't hijacking my time or anything. And I was like, well, cool, you know. And then he said, you know, I talked to you 3 weeks ago, and today was my first day that I took a load that I got paid for. And, man, there is nothing finer than being able to have that phone call or that email come to you, except for when somebody says, hey, I went to church and I turned my life over to Christ because of you. That's the very best thing that I can do on this earth, in my opinion, for somebody else. Second best thing is to help you with your financial history, or not so much your financial history, but your finances. And hopefully we pave a way that not only will you create some wealth for yourself to enjoy a better retirement, but you're going to create a legacy for your children to enjoy, and we call that generational wealth. There is nothing more satisfying than when that light goes on from a person and they say, thank you. I appreciate that. I am doing better because of something that you said. You know, I've had people send me messages on Facebook and said, hey man, I was about to end my life. I see every morning you say, good morning, beautiful people. And then you posted something inspirational. And I decided to hang on one more day. And when that happens, it's real hard to put into words the feeling that you get from that. And, you know, why I'm put on this earth, I honestly believe it's to help other people. I think I'm just real good at business and I'm good at numbers, and that's where I excel at, all right? Robert's no violinist. I can't play the saxophone, and, you know, I ain't going to be out there, you know, coaching band or, you know, cheerleading or anything of that nature. I can't carry a tune in a bucket, so you're not going to see me on, you know, getting judged by sound or anything like that. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that. America's Got Talent. They ain't got Robert Biggerstaff, okay? I assure you of that, all right? Unless we can figure out how to make music with a dump trailer, maybe I'll get out there, but otherwise, no. So, and there you have it. You know, those are basically the 3 things that I enjoy doing the most, in that order. My relationship with Christ is extremely important. You know, and that falls in with, you know, helping others. And, you know, I enjoy going and doing, and here, I don't know, in the next couple months, me and Mom's going to do a 2-week-long road trip. She wants to go to that Noah's Ark replica in Kentucky. And I want to go to Tennessee and see the Peabody Ducks in the hotel. I've seen pictures, videos, but I've never been there, so I want to see that. That is on the bucket list. Last year I knocked off swimming with the manatees with Allison. And, you know, so life is good, and I do have choices. And it's because, you know, I've chose to spend my money on things that put more money in my pocket. So there's a huge advantage of that. Remember, you know, it's extremely important to have relationships in your life. And, you know, those people, you know, I got a friend of mine named Gail. She's a hustler in some regards, you know, not like I am, that's for sure. She's probably got a better grasp on her life and what makes her feel content, what soothes her soul, so to speak. And she is real big on hiking, and she's about to embark on, I think it's the Appalachian Trail, but, you know, she's going to be gone for a number of months. And the thing that I really get from her is she's out there living her life, her ideal life. You know, I'm in the process of getting my house to the point where, hey, I think I'm going to be totally satisfied with it being like this, because I don't want any major expenses when I start to retire. I'm going to be done. Hopefully my hustle has got up and left, and so, you know, I'm just going to be wanting to chill most of the time and everything, but no major remodels or construction undertaking or anything like that. So, you know, but I called her last night and I said, hey, I want you to know that, you know, somebody else gets inspiration from you. And I do, and I greatly appreciate that. I love seeing the views that you have when you take pictures along the trail and everything like that. But please understand, you're an inspiration for me to get out there and make some things happen in my life. So those are the 3 things that I like to do when I'm not doing the dump trailer hustle. Have a wonderful day.